everybody, I'm Corinne Blackstone and welcome to my craft room. Before we get started, be sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting that subscribe button down below. It is completely free to subscribe and that way you won't miss out on any of the crafty content we have coming. In today's video, we're going to be using our Cricut Joy today and some adapters that I got from Amazon that I'll link down in the description down below for you to use some different pens to write with our Cricut. I'm going to use 4 pens for this example and I cannot wait to show you how these work. It's super easy, really fun. Let me know in the comments down below whether you use your Joy with the writing feature or not. I'm going to link some other adapters too that work with the Explorer and the Maker for you if those are the machines that you have as well, plus the video where I show those. That way you can find everything that you need to write really fun with your Cricut machines. And let's go ahead and get started. This is a super easy video, so if you are new to this feature, be sure to stick around. I'm going to give you some really quick, easy ways that you can use this and use these pens and show you how to use Cricut writing fonts. So let's get started. We're going to be using the new pen adapters that I got for the Joy, which I will link in the video's description down below for you. And what's great about these is that they can be used with the Sharpie Fine Point, Sharpie Art Pens, Sharpie Ultra Fine Points, and then they also have one that works for some of the pilots and some of the Bic pens. You'll get a guide that comes with the adapters to help you kind of decide which ones go with which pens, but I'll show you all of that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put some text on the screen and we're going to use 3 of the pens to write this. So I'm just going to use my name because that's super easy. And then what I'm going to do is I want to change my writing here to a writing font. So to do that, what you want to do is you want to change the style of your font. So you'll see here you've got some filter options, and what you want to do is choose the word writing. And then you can kind of go through the different fonts and pick which one you want. Now, Valentine's Day is coming. It probably might be already over by the time I post this video. I really don't know, but I like this DJ Flirt one. I think it's a really cute one. So we're gonna use that one, which for some reason didn't change my font. Sometimes it's been doing this to me where it's like, oh, I don't want to change my font for you, lady. So it doesn't, and I don't know why. So we're going to go ahead and change that. Now the next thing that you need to do is up here where you see where it says style, you need to change that to writing as well. That way it knows, seriously? That way the Cricut knows that you're writing this design here. And I think this one's going to be a good one to kind of show you like how thick the markers write because this little heart is pretty small. So I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger just so it'll fill more space. And I'm going to make it just a different color. Let's just make this one brick. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this using Control-C and paste it using Control-V. And then I'm going to make another color. And for this one, we're going to go light green. And then we'll do it one more time with a totally different color. That way we can switch out the pens so that it can, write them so you can really see them. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to line them all up. I'm just going to kind of put them all together, select all of them, and I'm just going to use the align and I'm just going to center them. And again, this will help you guys see the different writing from the different pens. Now, I'll show you a Cricut one too, actually, while we're doing this. So let me do a Cricut one as well. That way you have that to compare to. So we'll do the Cricut one as well. So again, just grab them all. I'm going to align them center. And then we can attach them so that they'll write on the same piece of paper so that it's easier for you to see what they look like. I just find that to be a lot easier when working with the Joy so that you guys can really see better. So now when I click Make It, what you'll see is that it's all going to be on the same page. Now I want to use this on matte, obviously, because we are cutting, we're writing this, and we do need to make sure that we use the matte for this because I'm just going to use cardstock. Then I'm just going to click Confirm, and you'll see here that it makes me use my 12-inch matte, which is fine. You can size this down if you want to. You could move them closer if you have to use the smaller matte, but that's fine. So you'll see that it's going to write all these different pieces. Now, like I said, we're going to use 4 different pens. We're going to use the Cricut pen that comes with the Joy. We are also going to be using the Sharpie Fine Points a Sharpie art pen and a Sharpie ultra fine point for this, and that way you can use different pens in your Cricut Joy. So let's head over to the machine and I'll show you it and how to change out your little pen holder. The first thing that you need to do when using these adapters with your Joy is to remove your fine point blade. So to do that, you're just going to open up the clamp, which is the blue part, and then pull out your fine point blade. You want to set this to the side so that it is somewhere safe. Then what you want to do is select whichever pen you're going to use first and the correct adapter. So the first pen I'm going to use is our Sharpie. This is just the regular fine point. And for that one, we need this really small purple one. So what you'll do is you're going to remove the cap from your Sharpie, and then you're going to take the little ring and you're going to place it over it till it hits the little lip here. So there's like a little lip right where the color ends. Then what you want to do is very carefully insert your Sharpie. Now this one is a little bit tighter than the other pens, but you'll insert that in and then close your clamp. I have this set to light cardstock and we're ready to load our mat. So I'm just going to slide our mat on in. It's going to load that in and we're using a long mat. And I'm going to keep it pretty tight on the machine so that you can really see it writing. Now that it's done writing that one, the computer prompts us to change out our pen. So just for this, it doesn't matter what order I'm going in. I'm just going to show you each of the types of pens. So make sure you take your pen out, put the cap right back on so that you don't end up with a mess. And the next one we're going to do is the Sharpie Ultra Fine Point, which is this one. And we're going to use the yellow adapter. So again, take the cap off. And you want to make sure that the letter of the adapter is to the top of the pen. So you just slide your pen in, and again, you'll slide it to that little divot in the pen. Then insert this until the top of the blade holder is to the bottom of the adapter, and then again, close it and hit go, and it'll start writing your next one. Now that it's done with this one, we're going to go ahead and switch it out again. And again, you just take your pen out, take off the little adapter, and put the cap back on. Very important that you always recap. So the next one that we're going to do, we're actually going to use a real Cricut pen. So these are for the Maker and the Explorer, but with these adapters, you can use the pens that you already have for your other machines in your Joy. Now this one here will go on and it will stop at a certain point. You'll feel it stop. And then again, you're just going to drop it in till it is matched up with the top and the bottom there. Close it and hit go. Now again, it's done writing. So for our last one, I'm just putting in the regular Cricut Joy pen because I just want you guys to see the difference in the writing. So this is just the black pen that comes with the machine, so that when you don't have an adapter for, you just drop it right in, close your clamp, and hit go. Now that it's all done, it's going to push everything out. We want to make sure that we take the pen out right away, place the cap back on as always. I'm going to unload the mat and then I'll show you what they all look like. So let's take a look at these up close and personal. So the top one is the Sharpie Fine Point. That was our light pink. That's like the more thin one. I think it looks really good. I think that really looks very, very nice. It does have those spots like you get where like the pen stops and doesn't pick up right away, but I still think it looks really good. The next one down is the Sharpie Fine Point, so that's more of the thick marker. And again, I think it looks really nice. I think the color's good. There's no skipping. It obviously held into the adapter really well. Then this one is your Joy pen. So again, still has that dot where the pen stops, really easy to see on the heart, but I think that it does a really nice job as well, of course, because it's made for the Joy. But then the best part is being able to use the Cricut pens that you already have for your other Cricut machines. So this is the Cricut pen that is made for the Maker and the Explore series, and I think it looks perfect. I think it looks pretty much the same as the Joy pen. You can kind of see them side by side here. I think the thickness is the same. I think they look really good. So if you already have a ton of Cricut pens from your other machines, go ahead and get these adapters. They're really inexpensive. They're super easy to work with. And I really think they did a nice job. I really think these adapters are a great addition to your Cricut Joy. Now do keep in mind that they do technically void your warranty if your Joy is under 1 year old. Anything over a year, you don't have a warranty anymore anyways, and it's not really a big deal. I think these adapters though are really well made. They seem like they're going to work really well. I've tried them on a few different things and they've seemed to work pretty good. Now I will say you do get, what I like is you're getting 2 sets of each. So you're getting double. Now this one here, I didn't have Sharpie art pens, so I couldn't use this one, but these are for the Sharpie art pens. This is your Cricut adapter, so for your Cricut pens. This one is for your Sharpie Ultra Fine Points. And then this is for your Sharpie Fine Points. And this one's just like a little purple ring. These are really, like I said, well built. I have the same ones for my Maker and my Explore. I'll link those as well in case you want to check those ones out too. I really like those ones and I've been very pleased with this company. They also send this really handy compatibility reference, but I recommend trying some different pens too that maybe you have on hand to see if any of those will fit into the adapters and work as well. So just give it a little bit of time, give it some trial and error with some of the pens and pencils and things that you have at home to see if anything else will work with these. And then you can always add to the list on the little reference guide if you find a different pen that works in those adapters. Again, I think these are a great value and I think they work fantastic. You can really see how nicely they wrote right here. I think they all did a great job and I would highly recommend grabbing these. I'll link them in the video's description down below for you. And like I said, I'll link the other adapters as well as the other video that shows me using those in my Maker. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in those comments down below. I'm always happy to answer those for you. Be sure you subscribe to the channel, that way you don't miss out on any of the crafty content we have coming. I hope you guys have a great day, and as always, happy crafting!